What's up guys, this is the Global Aquascaper. I appreciate the support you have shown to my channel. Keep commenting and keep liking the videos. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Moving on, today I'm gonna scape a 60 centimeter tank with heavy plants and resources, for which I'm gonna use one set of driftwood, one which is heavy and long, the other one which is light and has spread out branches, ADA aqua soil which will be the base. The package shown here is around for 3 liters, but I will upgrade it based on the requirement. Some rocks to give it a authentic view. The light I have shown here is only for representation purpose. The one which I am using it was on its way when I started shooting this video. Let me show you the tank which I'm going to use. It's a 60 by 35 by 30 tank. This tank is with me for past 2 years. Last year I had scaped it with carpet plants. Thought of doing it right from scratch this time. Important for you to have an idea of the design which you're gonna replicate in your tank, especially when you have resources which are in count of 2 or more. Here I have a bigger driftwood which is having a size a bit of odd and out of the tank. The other one is small and not that heavy, so both of them should contradict each other. It is not mandatory for you to have it placed one top of the other or one besides the other. You can also place it one opposite the other, which will cover both ends of the tank. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to see what combination we can work on. Whenever you try to scape a tank, always remember your tank should be divided into 3 layers. First being the foreground, second being the midground, and third being the background. Now these 3 layers, the midground should be the heaviest or the detailed area, which will comprise of 80% of your scape. I've seen people who kind of scape a tank wherein the foreground and the midground is filled with white sand, and then all the scape is structured on the background. That doesn't give any justice to the work you do, because then when you try to analyze it after you have done the work, it doesn't give that kind of satisfaction to your own eyes. Leave aside the people who may watch it later, but for you it will not justify the work you have done. So here I am trying to work out the combination in my mid ground first, so that is the main area of scape. I've taken a rock here to support the smaller driftwood. It is just to see at what height I can place that so it complements the bigger one. Every scape on which you work should have a focal point. A focal point is that area of your tank which gives you a 3D feel when you have a view of your tank from the front. So make sure you have a focal point always on your tank which needs to be visible. So here I am trying to work out the combination by placing the rocks in a way that my focal point will be visible even when my tank is fully grown with plants which I've planted later. So if your focal point gets covered, then what you had set a design in your mind, you lose the track of that. So it is very important to have that. So I'm adjusting my first driftwood in a way that my focal point will be more visible even when the plants outgrow the tank. Since I mentioned I will be planting this heavily, now that I am aware about how my mid-ground would look like, let's start working on my foreground. Your foreground should always have the minimum amount of hardscape on it. Suppose that you have finished scaping this tank. When you have a look of it, your foreground should easily be visible because that would be the base level of your tank. Then gradually the height would increase till the background. So your background should be of the highest point and your foreground should be the minimum, and your mid should have a decent height compared to the background. So there are two ways for you to increase the height of the background. One which is widely used, you can dump as much as aqua soil behind in the background and try to raise the level. Other effective way which I'm trying out here is place rocks which you're not gonna use as hardscape to utilize maximum area in the background. Then try to fill in the aqua soil so that the volume of soil used will be considerably less. But you need to ensure that the placement of your rocks are in right way that will not come in between the region where you plan to plant the plants in the background. So keep that in mind always. Now that's a good decent scape, covers up most of the area. I can see only the foreground, there's a bit of gap in between the driftwood and the right side of the aquarium, which we need to fill eventually. Now that I'm aware how my hardscape would look like, I'm gonna give it a final touch. I'm gonna place the rocks which I'm gonna use to cover up the background volume, placing the rocks in a way that it covers it. Since it's a small 60 centimeter tank, you don't have much room to make use of big rocks, as that would eventually consume more amount of space. So make sure you always keep in mind that when your width of the tank is less, try to make use of smaller rocks as hardscape. I have a lava rock here. Let's see if this fits in. My motto here is to make use of rocks which I'm not going to use as hardscape to cover up two things. One is to cover as much volume as it can in the background. Second, it should stop the flow of the aqua soil from the background to the foreground, because I'll be filling up the foreground with aqua sand. So if it gets mixed, it won't justify the placement of the hardscape, because when you place hardscape which divides the planted area and the area covered with sand, the hardscape should be the divider. Only that should divide both the textures. If that doesn't happen, then there's no point in having a different colored sand filled in the foreground. I've placed the rocks in a way that I now know that where they will be finally be placed. Again, on the right side, I'm making use of another rock which will support this heavy driftwood. If you have seen the branches of the driftwood on the right side, it is thick and it is huge, so I'm gonna make use of that design in a way that it is coming out of the soil in the foreground and then it is growing upwards towards the sky. So the reason I have used a driftwood which has a height more than that of the tank is because to show that natural feel of a tree trunk which was cut and only the lower part was left behind, which gives a very natural look, like a look of deforestation. So only the tree trunk will be naked with no plants, but the base will be heavily planted. On the other side, I have placed the smaller driftwood in a way that it depicts the roots of a tree which has outgrown the base rocks and then it is growing towards the ground. So the top of the rocks will again be planted heavily, and then I'll place some moss on the barks of the driftwood to show it outgrown tree bark. I've started to fill the background with AD aqua soil. I'll be filling almost 60% of the background on both the ends with the soil, because as I mentioned, that is where most of the plants will be planted. This is the 3-layer pack which I mentioned earlier. Now if you see, the rock on the left side is preventing the soil from the background to flow towards the foreground. Since on the right side the driftwood is heavy and strong, it will obstruct most of the aqua soil which I'll insert in the background. But eventually, yes, some would outflow. We'll have to stop that later with some pebbles, or we'll have to stop that with some rocks, smaller versions of the rocks. See, the 3-layer pack is almost over, it's empty, so which means we will need more aqua soil to raise the background level and also the mid-ground. Only then you can show the transition of the layer from foreground to background. I've placed an LED light on top of the tank and I've switched off the light so that I can make you visualize the shadow area inside the tank. This is very important when you try to scape a tank, that your light should be placed on top of the tank at an area where you can show maximum shadows inside your tank. Now this technique can only be done and adapted through trial and error method. So I'm trying to show you one of the ways how you can know and analyze the shadow part inside your tank. You can place it towards the middle or towards the back, but you should always make your light fall on the area where there is too much of plantation done. So whichever area has more plants, your lights should always be vertically placed on top of the plants. Now I'm filling up the rest of the area with the AD Aqua soil. I've bought a 9-liter pack of aqua soil, which I assumed would be needed to fill up the background in spite of the rocks being placed. When I'll start planting, you will know why 9-liter plus 3-liter is needed for a 60 centimeter tank. Here I am filling the entire tank because then I would be pushing it towards the background. So for that you need to have layer in the midground and the background as well. As I mentioned, the foreground should be left with minimum scape for the sand. Now that I'm aware where the hardscapes will be placed with their final positions, I'm removing it so that I can spread all the aqua soil inside the tank evenly, cover up loose ends, cover up the unwanted exposure by the rocks placed in the mid ground, and then I'll place it again. The reason I'm doing this is because it gives me an open area to set the layer since it's, as I said, it's a small tank. I need a room to move around and spread the aqua soil as I'm doing here. Push up all the soil from the foreground towards the background. As you see, I'm leveling the background on the left side, since my plants will be placed there. So I need more depth containing the aqua soil. See here, too much of soil is being left out, covering the roots. Now I'll gently press it upwards so that you get that pattern of hillside from top to bottom. This will be my final chance to place the hardscape, because now since I have placed the rock on top of the soil, I will not have much time and chance to shift it inside the time, because it's already placed on top of the soil. There's a layer behind which is being supported by this rock, so if I play around with it again, it will affect the layer above it. This is my main rock, because the pattern which I selected was this one, so it should be visible. Filling up the gaps in between the rocks, because I'll be planting there itself, so that it becomes heavy. Plants may grow from any side, so the way you plant is important, but their growth is all based on the light exposure. Now I have my base ready. I'll get on with the other side. I need to place it in a way that I have room between the driftwood and the rock to plant again, or else the sides would not be symmetrical. Too much of soil here in the foreground. We push it towards the driftwood. Very important to use the right tools for the right work when you are in the hobby of aquascaping. This would help me to spread the aqua soil evenly. Drag as much as from the foreground and make it sit on top of the rocks, so that the planting can be done in dense quantity. Just realigning it so that it gives a depth to the background. Almost done. I think there should be one more rock behind. Yeah, there should be. Just make some room for that. because that gives a layer to your scape. As I said earlier, you have one or two layers, that's common. Something around 2, 3, 4, 5 is the best, which can be done only by professionals. Should make sure my focal point is not covered. See, now I have a wider base on the background, which will help me to plant more. I made a pond kind of formation with these rocks, so that when you place the plants inside, it will sprout out and grow on the same base, but it will grow outside the rocks. It should be on top, I believe. Made some changes again. I've placed the small driftwood. I placed the rock with a long base and a shorter width on top of the soil on the left side. Let me add more soil here. Because the base is uneven of this driftwood, most of the soil goes underneath it. But that's good, because the plants will eventually get more nutrients. This area should have an elevation which can be seen from the front, because this is where my focal point is. So I'm making the soil to sit on top of that, so that the level gets raised. Dragging all the excess soil from the foreground, pushing it up. The first part is complete. I have scaped the tank based on my design. I'll be showing the next half in my next video, so stay tuned and hit the bell icon for the next update. Cheers, bye.